Hi, it's Snorgle. Welcome back to Exploring Minecraft. This is where I'm just in peaceful Minecraft. I'm just experiencing everything that Minecraft has to offer. I want to travel the Minecraft world, see the biomes, experience what it has to offer, and just in a really chill way. And you can come along with me. I'd love it. So, a couple things I think kind of interesting. I've brought this up before, and I think it's really fascinating. I was watching Prince Zam, who's a very good Minecraft player. I was watching them. Wait, I think I need. Oh no, dude, where are you going? Come here. You can't escape me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I think I somehow dropped my wool. Yeah, so every white sheep I see, they're going to get a clipping. Anyway, Prince Sam was talking about how he was getting tutored on PvP by a player I hadn't heard of before. What was her name? It wasn't Marlow. It was Mellow? Mallow? M-A-L-L-O-W. That's what it was. She sounded like she was from the UK. And she had some really super interesting techniques. Like really, she was talking about uppercuts and how that works. And it was really fascinating. I'm always, the people who are just so technically minded about this, but it was interesting because Prince Sam was talking about how a lot of people think, or just kind of say that their assumption, because Minecraft is blocky, because it's Blockville based, that it's a very easy game to play. I've heard this before too. That's a game for children. And I've mentioned to multiple people, it's one of my favorite games ever. It's a remarkably complicated, complex game, and it's one of the most thoughtful pieces of software, not just in games, certainly in games, but it's one of the most thoughtful pieces of software I've ever experienced. And things just aren't that way very much, not that thoughtful. What is that? What is that? Like stalactites and stalagmites? I'm not sure I've seen that before. Not those huge ones. That's cool. I wonder if you get that all off in one big go, or if it falls apart. I don't know. Anyway. You can't get away from me. Thank you. I appreciate it. But anyway, it was really interesting to me. She was showing these techniques, like uppercuts, but also showing a number of really different specific techniques. Oh, look, a village. Will you go to villages? It's a big one too. And she was talking about the use of F5 in PvP to give you a slight advantage. It's very interesting, and it's just I think it's interesting to me. That's because I've made a couple of personal decisions about Minecraft lately. Big decisions. Not that I'm not going to stop playing, of course not. But I kind of I've mentioned I'll discuss this. I am not a fan of dragons, and I've been that way my whole life. I can't tell you a time when I was okay with dragons, and I'm not afraid of them, and I don't wish them harm. I just don't want anything to do with them. Period. Right? I just don't want anything to do with them. I never have. And, it almost stopped me from playing Minecraft. Legitimately, almost stopped me from playing Minecraft. Because I asked a friend of mine who I know plays Minecraft and whose siblings play Minecraft and does it have a dragon? And because if it does, that's a hard stop for me, And he said, no, well, it does, but you're not just going to stumble across it, right? You really, really, really have to want to see the dragon in order to come across it. You can easily play Minecraft, not have anything to do with the dragon, and it's fine, and you still get a lot of the Minecraft experience. And although I think that's generally true. Hey, wait, loft? I was like the ones with the loft. It's kind of neat. So So that almost stopped me from playing Minecraft. But fortunately it didn't, and I listened to them and it's true. You know, you don't have to play, but I think I'm going to make it an exception with dragons for this one. And I know, shocking, given my stance on dragons. But I am going to go to the end, and I am going to beat the dragon. And there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, I don't like the idea of it, but I want to experience everything about this game, and beating the game is one of the things to experience, right? But also, I was thinking about this too. You know, after you have shulker chests and ender chests and an elytra, the Minecraft experience, that's going to be a death drop. The Minecraft experience is radically different than what it is now, right? I mean, now it's like I could go to the Nether, I could traverse the Nether for a long time, I could do whatever. It's not the same. Oh, jeez. Go away. It's not the same as flying around in a light with an elytra. That is a different experience that the people who made Minecraft, Mojang, purposely developed for endgame, for post-endgame, right? And I think that's really interesting. And I want to experience that. And I'm very curious. I've watched some videos of people who went to the end and killed the dragon, and I'm kind of enamored by speedrunners. I'm not going to really do any speedrunning at all. That's not getting that kind of repetitive technical mastery down is absolutely not my thing at all. Like at all. I'm not. It's just not something I particularly enjoy. But there are some exceptions, to be sure. I always enjoyed, when I was a professional musician, I always enjoyed just doing, the fundamentals. Because like if you're a professional musician, you have to, hey, look, there's another one of those things too. You have to keep up your chops, and that typically involves playing many, many hours every single day. And again, as a formally trained professional musician, I mean, a little different than somebody who just is really good at it and does it for fun. When it's your job, you practice, 4, 5, 6 hours plus hours a day. Like that's just what happens. And a not insignificant amount of those are just things to technique and keep your chops up. And I like that. But as far as like Minecraft speedrunning, things like that, nah, I don't really care about that. But I do kind of want to, see, maybe we can go down here. I kind of want to try speedrunning. And again, I don't want to do ranked because I'm not a competitive person and I don't care. But I do think it'd be kind of fun to get some of the, just on a really basic level, just some of the techniques. Again, not to the proficiency that speedrunners have where they're super consistent. People who do sub 10, speedruns like Feinberg or Low Key, who consistently get really, 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 really like, single digit, right? I don't care about that. I could care less. And I don't care about being ranked. I'm not a sports ball person. I'm not a competitive person. But I think that some of the techniques would make me a better player. And so, let's see. Can I get down here without dying? Oh yeah. I swear I saw a white sheep over here. No? All right. Well, fine. I'm gonna have to go all the way down and all the way up. I prefer to not. Can we go over maybe? Where can I? This is dangerous territory. Well, that way it clears out a little bit that way. So let's head this way. But so that's one of the things I want to do. I want to do this year is I want to work a little bit on speedrunning. I want to go to the end and beat the Ender Dragon. What is that? I mean, I think that's lava, but it just looks weird. Maybe it looks weird because I'm so far away? I don't know. I think it's clearly lava, but I think it just looks weird because I'm far away. Okay. Oh, good dear. That's not fun. Can I go around here? Wait, there's a tree in my way. See if we can kind of go over and around. So I think that's part of my plans for the year. Is I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to beat the Ender Dragon. I'm going to check out the Ender stuff. I'm going to get some Elytras. I'm going to get some Shulkers. And I think I'm going to do that in my Amplified world. So I've started playing Amplified. And it's so fascinating to me. It's such a great... It's just there's like all the problems. So I'm so much better than I did when I started. You know, I've only been playing Minecraft like what, 9-10 months? Probably 10 now. And I just... Can I just go up here instead of... Yeah, I can. Okay. We'll just go up here, see what the forest has to offer us. Would love to see a forest temple. Never seen one. Look at that. Just look at this view. Just look at that. I mean, I love the idea. Let me frame this a little better. I just love the idea that I'm the only one who's ever seen this. I mean, not Minecraft, but this specifically. No one else has seen this world. I mean, it's technically possible, but it's extraordinarily unlikely. And I think that's really cool. Yeah, let's go. Let's head down. Stop it. Okay. We're still very high, man. We're 146. What is it, amplified? It's not. It's not. Okay. And I love the idea of being, I set a very, very, very lofty goal. I know this is stupid, but as someone who hasn't gone to beat the Ender Dragon and hasn't been to the end before, if I could do like a finish Minecraft, do a speed run in an hour, I'd be so happy. I'd be phenomenally happy. And there's things that I think could be really useful. Like I really like, for example, how like when you have, how they know how to find, where there's buried treasure, they know how to find exactly where it is because they can, they can look at the chunk they're in, and it's always buried in the exact same place within the current chunk they're in. That's really cool. That type of knowledge is so helpful. Whoa. I don't like that. I don't like it. Can I get down here without dying? I think I can. We'll see. You know what? I actually think I'm going to set... I think I'm going to put my crafting table here. I think I'm going to make a bed. And... yeah, and we'll just take our bed. Now, we're not just sleeping through the night. We're also setting our spawn point so that if we do die, we won't lose everything. And so I just leave the bed here. That's just, the bed just stays. The bed just stays. And we go. So I just think it's really cool when watching some speedrunners, watching how they, ouch. Just watching how they do stuff and their level of mastery of it, I think is just really interesting. It doesn't especially, like the idea of speedrunning for competition does not interest me in the least. Like not at all. being able to do it seems like a really interesting, fun challenge. And so that's what I'm going to try to do that this year. But I think the first thing I need to do before anything else is go to the end and beat the Ender Dragon. I think that's important. So I need to have to figure out how to find a stronghold. I'm gonna have to enchant my stuff. I just am. Like I'm realistic about my skills as a player. I think that I can beat the Ender Dragon. I have to be a little careful because I haven't done it before. You just have to know what to do. I don't think it's super hard. But something like one cycling, I don't think I could zero cycle. You know, where they build the stuff up and do whatever. I don't think I could do that. I don't understand it enough. And it seems like that involves a decent amount of skills that are very tricky to pull off. I do think I could one cycle. I absolutely think that I could kill the dragon by one cycling, but I don't think I'm going to do that initially, right? I'm just going to try to do it the normal way, where you take out all the little, I don't know what they're called, things that the dragon uses to heal on top of those pillars, and then you wait for the dragon to perch. I'm not sure. That's super important, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. So I have to figure that out too. And I always see speedrunners when they're in like a stronghold or when they're in the Nether. They open up like a bar chart, not a bar chart, like a pie chart, and I know they're looking for something, right? Like something that tells them that they're headed in the right direction. And I just don't know what that is. And I probably should figure that out. Like, I wonder if when they're in looking for like where I forget what it's called, where the pigos are. Bastion? I mean, I wonder if they're looking for like the par chart saying, oh, there's a large number of pigos here, you know, or something like that. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Thank you. You're welcome. Very polite sheep. And I think it's not going to change my opinion on dragons. But I'm really excited to see what, because I don't think it's the end game, right? I mean, it's interesting to me that there is an ending and that it's called an ending. But in some ways, when I watch some people play, that's really actually the beginning, right? Like that's when the world kind of opens up to them and they can fly greater distances and experiencing more interesting things and like I said, and suddenly storage isn't a problem because you can have an ender chest that's full of shulkers and if you die, it's not a big deal, right? I mean, there's also totems of undying, which I'm not entirely sure how to get, but I know that that's a thing, and that if you keep that instead of your like in your offhand, that when you die, you just don't. You come back and you keep all your stuff. And so people make totem of undying farms. I'm not trying to do that. I would also like to go to the nether roof and see what you could do up there. There's just a lot of things I want to experience, and I haven't. There's so much of Minecraft I want to experience, and I want to know. It's such a deep game. And again, going back to what I was talking about in the very beginning of this video, there's a lot of people who haven't played it who think, oh, it's a dead easy game. It's a children's game. It's an easy game. Super easy because it's blocky and it's voxel based. And I don't think I've ever thought that, but I think that it's an incredibly challenging, difficult, hard game. And watching Prince Sam get tutored by this really, really talented PvPer. Mallow? Mallow, maybe? I think that they said it was they they're British, but they are of Scandinavian ancestry, and it's a Scandinavian name. Okay, can we go down here without dying? Oh yeah, we got this. I thought these were pigos. They're mushrooms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you for a pigo. I apologize. I apologize. It's a panda. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped right on you. I apologize. How you doing, buddy? Hello. Say cheese. Really? Okay. Thanks for the advice. But it's just like watching them explain like very particular things and how just knowing like the concept of momentum and what that means, and in particularly in context, for example, of knowing that there's a difference in milliseconds, but there's a difference between when you hit someone, how you hit someone, where they're moving, and how you can manipulate that in your PvP technique to your own advantage. That's really interesting. I find that fascinating. That seems too hard. It's gotta be an easier way over here, maybe. I think that's really interesting. I can just do this. That's not gonna work, is it? Wait, I know. Hold on. There we go. Okay. No, stupid. Should have done this. Okay. Apparently, I've seen people use. I'm not quite sure what, like, how they're doing this, but I've seen people use those like leaves that you get with the clippers and waterlog them and use those for very particular things as well. I think that's really interesting. And I think it's a surprisingly complicated, complex game. And Prince Sam was saying that it's hard. Like Minecraft is hard, and people think sometimes it's easy, and they're wrong, and they are wrong. Like just it's an incredibly hard game. There's so much to it. For someone who's been playing this a little under a year, I still feel like I knew, but I know I'm not, because when I first started out, I knew nothing about it at all. Like literally nothing. The only thing I knew. Oh, look. It's a pale garden. I love these. I just love how when you walk into it, the color completely desaturates. It's such a great feeling. There's fog everywhere. You can't even see out of it. And you get out of it, and it clears up. It's so cool. I really love pale gardens. I understand they're dangerous places when you're not in peaceful, but that's fine. But I think it's kind of a tribute to what an exceptional game Minecraft is, and not just a game, as I said before too. It's an exceptional piece of software. It's remarkable. Oops. Okay, that was fine. Working. What are you doing, buddy? Thank you. It's a remarkable feat. I mean, you can look at a lot of software and say, "Oh, this is the best-selling whatever of all time," and you know, you kind of think about it and say, "Okay, well, fine." Even it's like Microsoft Word. Look, it's like, well, okay, it's fine. It's not. I mean, it does its job fine, but it's not. I wouldn't call Word a remarkable piece of software. It's just it's software that's been around forever, and it's very robust. But I wouldn't call it a remarkable experience. And Minecraft is. And there's so much, the more I play it, the more I find out about it, the more there's just so much thoughtfulness that went into making this incredible game. It's genuinely remarkable. Take a little dip. Just get to know the world. Get better acquainted with it. The world. I'm Snorgle. You probably know that because I've traveled over 400,000 individual blocks to get here. I'm not stopping anytime soon. By the way, this is not my destination. This is one of the situations where it genuinely is the journey, not the destination. I don't have a destination. I'm just going. I'm just headed this way to see what it has to offer. I love these huge trees. These really giant, massive trees. I really like those trees a lot. They're so cool. They remind me a little bit, not completely, but a little bit of like Northern California sequoias and redwoods, you know? If you ever get a chance to go to like Redwood Forest or something in Northern California, I highly recommend it because it's very humbling to see, see the size of the trees. Legitimately, you know? I should put a bucket of water in my thing just in case. Just in case. Now we're just coming into a slightly different biome. And it looks different as it has a very different feeling about it. Very different feeling. I find it very fascinating how I've mentioned before that I think the music of Minecraft is incredible. It's won 4 Grammys, and for a reason. I'm not a huge fan of the Grammys in general, but you know, it's there's no doubting that the music is special for Minecraft. It's done very well, and there's some really, really talented, really good musicians and composers who have created this, but it's a little bit more than that. I think. Here's why I think it's a little bit more than that, because it's they have this thing they do where, just like what just happened, you're going along and you're doing something, and then some really meaningful music plays. And it creates this moment. It makes something that might be mundane and ordinary, it turns it into this special moment. And it's quite remarkable. And then when it stops, like this music playing right now, this is creating something special for me, hopefully for you. As we don't know what we're going to find next, we're looking over here, trudging through the snow. Looking around, experiencing this for the first time, and just creating these core memories for me about what Minecraft is. Look at that sight. And then the music's over. And you're just left with silence. And the incidental noises and sounds and sound effects that are just a core part of the game. I think, yeah. Am I gonna die? I mean, of course, but okay. I mean, everybody's gonna die eventually, but I mean specifically right then. Yeah, and see, now we're just left with this profound silence. It's really interesting. And it's interesting that they do it in something that's so procedural as opposed to thought out, right? Like, if you go and fight, you know, a boss level gribbler, right? Like a guardian or a warden or something like that, I don't think it plays music. Like, there's not music that it plays that make it more dramatic. What's that really bright thing over there? What's that? It looks like a ruined portal. Let's go over and check it out. A couple things I always go out of my way for to see. One is ruined portals, and the other are villages. We see a village, we will always stop by. Same with ruined portals. I've seen I've been lucky to see so many of those gigantic portals. Like just the colossally huge ruined portals. So interesting. And again, I'm not collecting anything. I don't have anything in this one. It doesn't, I have very limited resources, and I don't need to get the gold. I don't need to get whatever. It's fine. I don't need it. I just like to check it out. I just like to see it. I like to see those little magma blocks under the ice. That's cool. That's cool. That looks really neat. Okay, what's in here? I mean, I guess we could take these. Do I have these somewhere? I do. I have. Hold on. Nope. Okay, let's see if we can make some more things here while we're here, just to save space. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, I don't like the fact I can do that to the snow. I don't like that at all. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's save some space here. Okay, and then... Okay, and then where did we had some of these somewhere, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and craft a table, craft a bed, and maybe have some sleepy sleep time. Oops, come here. Okay. Set this down here. Don't forget to pick up this. And go to sleep. And that's mainly not to miss tonight, but that's to set our spawn point so we don't lose too much. And I do think that this file is going to be a couple of gigs big because I'm traveling a lot and it's storing a lot of information. And I know that when they get to be over 3 gigs, I think the one I have is currently about 1.5 gigs. And when they get to be over 3, they can get to be corrupted. There can be issues with it being corrupted. And so I think what I'm going to do in that case, and just in the spirit of transparency, I'm just going to start a new world with the exact same seed and just teleport myself to wherever my last coordinates were. And then we'll go from there. That's the plan. Because I plan on keeping this up. This isn't a one-off thing. I deeply enjoy doing this, and this doesn't get quite as many views as some of my other stuff, but I enjoy doing this an enormous amount. Let's keep going. I kind of like these biomes, like right on the edge. There's a snow biome, there's a forest biome, so you kind of get like some overlap of the two. I really like that. Oh. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. What's coming up over here? Is there another village we can visit? I kind of like visiting the snow villages. I think they're kind of interesting. But there was. Look at that. I was not expecting that. I just said that. I didn't see it, but I'm glad there is, because I think the snow villages are interesting. Okay. What's in there? I had some snowballs, didn't I? Yeah. I don't need them. I'll take the coal, though. I will 100% take the coal. You can leave the 3. The other stuff I don't need. Isn't there a thing about temples? Not temples. Isn't there a thing about... Isn't there a thing? Like there's something buried down here or something? Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a Snorgle buried in this one. Maybe not. I thought there was. It's like a basement thing, but there's something secret hidden. I don't know. I thought there was, but apparently not. Okay. Oh, snowblock, huh? Okay, nothing there. Don't like the idea of the polar bear just hanging out. Sure, I'll take that one up. The heck? Let's just go ahead and take care of these while we can. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Good. I'm trying to save as much space as I possibly can. Okay, little brewing sauna thing. Interesting. Very interesting. I swear there was something, I don't know, maybe not in Peaceful, but I swear there was something about... I have plenty of bundles. I said there was something hidden in, like, the igloos. Don't know. Okay, that's pretty good. Keep going. This is a polar bear? Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Polar Bear. I think it's Mrs. Polar Bear, because I think that in normal Minecraft, what you don't want to do is get around a polar bear and her cub, because they will screw you up. The other thing we always stop at are these pillager outposts. I see one right there. There's no pillagers. Nothing to worry about. It's just empty, and we can kind of check it out and explore and get a good view around. Get a good view. So we're going to go to the pillager house, see what it looks like, see if we can get in. There's an Arctic fox. Very cool. Very cool. How do we get in? There we go. We'll go through the front door. That's what we do. As one does. Okay. Let's turn me around a little bit. Just a little bit. What do we got? Protection 1. I don't care about that. I have some of those already. I mean, I'll take that. That's fine. Didn't I have more than that? Thought I did. I might have crafted them up into something. Oh, I did. I put them into there. Okay, that's fine. We'll come back down. Why not? Why this blurp not? Which way are we going? This way. Let's keep going. Just keep on going. Coming to my least favorite biome here. Just the ice biome. You can make enormous time with a boat, but it's not my favorite biome by a long shot. Is that another ruined portal? I think it might be. Just a few things we always stop for. Ruined portals is one of them. Look at that, though. It's impressive. Majestic. Is that all ice, or is there like non-ice stuff in there? I don't know. What do we got? Blast protection, aqua infinity. What do I have? Protection power, aqua infinity, unbreaking. I think that's fine. I don't need any of those, but it's whatever. Okay. Yeah, I'm really surprised that I'm enjoying Amplified so much. It's not a thing on Bedrock. Like it's Java only, which is a little weird. I think it's not that weird when you think about it, because apparently I was reading about how it happened, and it was a bug, it was a mistake. They were doing some developing, and they were testing something out, and something they wrote kind of caused the world to stretch vertically. And so you get these really massive mountains and these tiny little, and these deep valleys and this just crazy topography. And they enjoyed it, so they just kept it, which I think is really cool. I think that's really neat. But they didn't recreate that. They took it out for a while, actually. Apparently it was in for a while, and then they got rid of it, and then they brought it back. I don't know how soon any of this was, but they brought it back, I think somewhat recently, I think. And look at that. So cool. And whoa. Let's go around. And I'm glad they did bring it back, because I'm enjoying playing amidst play. I'm also enjoying just this bog standard. It's not, well, okay, it's somewhat bog standard. I have actions and stuff animations on. But other than that, I mean, it's just a regular world, just a standard Minecraft world. Just exploring it, checking it out, becoming familiar with it, seeing things I want to see, seeing things I don't want to see sometimes. Just everything, the good and the bad, right? Nothing's all good. You know, things like that are a pendulum. And it's not good and bad, it's probably strong, but I mean, there's things that you like and are more passionate about, and some things that you're not. And I think in order to have the things that you are passionate about, you need to, how do I put this? You need to have the things that you're less passionate about, right? It's life is a pendulum, and it swings both ways, equal amounts. It has to, in order for anything to exist, right? In order for you to be really passionate about something, to really pursue something, you also have to be things that you are very passionate about, or maybe the opposite of that. I'm not sure what the opposite of passionate is, but something that you're decidedly are dispassionate about. Like those things have to exist to give the other thing meaning, right? It's like good things and bad things happen, and in order for good things to happen, bad things have to happen. It just does, and it sucks, but it's just the way it is. It's what gives all the other things meaning. If everything that happened was great and fabulous and good, it wouldn't be great and fabulous and good. It would just be what it is. It'd be boring, right? Which I think a lot of people don't understand. That things that are good and bad, things that are like they're commingled together and can't be separated. I kind of like the little whoosh 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 it makes when you're underwater. I think that's really cool. Okay. Okay, there's some water here. I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't like it. Okay. There. Somebody made a boo-boo. Spilled the bucket. and just left it. I mean, I realize that's not the case since I'm the only person in this world. I'm the person who's in this world and who will be in this world. Shoot. I can't make it way too far away. That's too bad. That would have been fun. And sometimes I make decisions like that. I mentioned that I go there all the time, but it's like something like that. It's way far out of my way. I'm not gonna do it. That is definitely the exception, not the rule, but that has happened before. Ouch. Clunk. Okay. I think we kind of go this way. See how we're going. Yeah. There we go. There we go. I'm really excited about the possibility of going to the end. And I've been to the Nether a couple of times, but I haven't every single world I've had. The Nether it's always like, you know, like when I watch speedruns, watch whatever, every time anybody goes to the Nether, it's this big red thing with a bunch of lava everywhere. And every time I go, I'm like, I'm not in that biome, which seems to be like 75% of the Nether. I'm in a different Nether biome. And I don't think I've ever seen any Nether pigos. Like, no, that's not true. I did an exploration of peaceful Nether once. I didn't do it again because it's kind of boring, but it was interesting to see. And I saw some pigos there. I saw some Nether pigos. And they were chill, they were fine. But oh, look. Another. Oh, I love this one. This is so cool. Another pale garden. I love at night too that these things open up. That's so cool. It's really neat. I don't think they even spawn the what's that terrible thing called? It spawns in here. I don't remember. Kind of like the Doctor Who Weeping Angels idea. If you look at it, they don't move. But when you don't look at it, they move. It's terrifyingly fast, like the one in there. Not the Weeping Angels, but the thing in the whatever lives in the Pale Garden. Whatever lives in the Pale Garden. That was a short little Pale Garden, though. Here we go, some more bamboo. I love how there's such little tiny things. Like, I think it's the most obvious with bamboo, but like plants that don't take up an entire block, right? Like a tree. The trunk of a tree takes a full block. It's a solid full block. But there's variations on where within the block where they're planted. And again, it's just so thoughtful, and that's such a small thing that would be so easy to overlook. But they didn't overlook it. They saw it, and they wanted to make it a special experience so that you look at it and it has a natural look. Yes, it doesn't, because it's varied, it doesn't look as repetitive as it actually is. I think that's really, really fascinating. I think that's really interesting. It's a very, yeah. That type of thing just makes me really appreciate Minecraft even more and more. And that's the type of things I'm not sure that I would get without doing something like this, right? Without specifically going and saying, I'm going to experience Minecraft because I know a bunch of people who have experienced it from when they were younger, and I never did because I wasn't into it, because I wasn't into crafting games. I'm still not. I love Minecraft, but Minecraft is an exception for me. I still do not like crafting games. But I love Minecraft. I don't like mining. Oh, that could have been very bad. It wasn't, but it could have been. I don't mind. I don't really like mining games either. The games where that's the core mechanic either. But again, I think that the mining mechanic in Minecraft is one of the most, how do I say this? I think it's one of the most satisfying, thoughtful gaming mechanics that's ever been made. I was telling a friend of mine's dad that, and a friend of mine's dad was like, whatever, it's a game for kids. I was like, no, it's not. It's yes, it is, but it's also a game for adults. And it's not just nostalgia that keeps adults playing. What keeps adults playing is because it's a remarkably great game. And he didn't really listen to me, but maybe I'll give him Minecraft for Christmas. Have him play it a little bit. I think you'll see. Like when I first played it, I never thought that. I never thought poo-poo because, it's games don't become a best-selling game of all time by accident. But I just didn't realize how great Minecraft was and how thoughtful it was. And the fact that I think it's easy to look at it so blocky to say that it's overly simplified, But in some ways, the fact that it is blocky, to me, is what makes it special. And not just from a view standpoint, because you get used to it, but it allows you to, for example, every single block you can interact with pretty much, right? There's stuff on top of blocks and stuff, whatever, but every block you can do something with if you have the right tools, even if you don't, right? Every single block you can do something with. And that is extraordinarily unusual. Really unusual in games, especially crafting games. I started to try to play, what's it called? Subnautica. Because it's one that a lot of people said, oh, you should really play. If you like Minecraft, you should play Subnautica. And I didn't like it. I hated it. Like the story was okay, but the crafting and the finding stuff, I just hated because you had to know what to see. You had to know, hey, what are you doing here? Buddy, you're not near any bamboo. What are you doing here? Okay. I mean, what are you doing? You really should go get some bamboo. I didn't realize you could exist outside of bamboo. Where am I going? I'm going this way. Sorry, I got distracted. So, and I think the people who look at the blockiness of it, the fact it's made from voxels, and don't realize that that's actually one of its hidden superpowers. The fact that everything, you can interact with absolutely everything. And not just in a meaningful way, right? Every single block you can do something to. Until you get down to bedrock, there's obvious exceptions, but for the most part, every single block you come across. I need some wood. So like this mechanic, and I hesitate to this. This is actions to stuff animations, and I probably should turn this down because I finally did get it fixed. I finally did get it fixed, but I do need some wood, so I'm just gonna grab some here. But this, not the animation, because again, I think the animation's a little overdone here in actions and stuff, but this mechanic is one of the most amazing, deeply satisfying mechanics that's ever made in a game ever. Like, and I mean that. I mean ever. And I don't say that lightly. Okay, we'll keep going. Just like that, but make sure I have enough wood in case something happens. I'm not in trouble, And I don't think. I mean, that's the thing. That mechanic is the thing that made me realize how incredibly special Minecraft is. Like that mechanic hasn't changed. I played Minecraft 1.0, the very first Minecraft that launched. None of the alphas or any of that stuff, but just 1.0, and that mechanic hasn't changed. There's other stuff that have changed and for the better, right? Things like how they do the trees. It's so much easier in later versions to walk underneath the trees and underneath the foliage, because it was an issue before, like legitimately an issue. It was a real problem because you couldn't. A lot of times you couldn't make it up, You just couldn't make it up. Like you literally couldn't make it up to or you couldn't make a round tree because the foliage was so low. And they fixed it. But the mining mechanic has not been changed in the least. Not a little bit. And it's marvelous. It's absolutely great. I love it. That's the thing that made me realize why it's such a great game and why it's so meaningful. I think that there's a lot of people who have played it since they were very young, and even like Markiplier, who started playing it in college. I mean, that's he played when he was pretty young, and I think that most people I know like that don't. There's a sense of nostalgia they have, and they enjoy playing the game, but I don't think they realize how lucky they are to have such an intimate relationship with such a thoughtful game. And that's... Ooh. Go, we got it. Are you scared? I know I can make it. It was a little closer than I wanted, I'll be honest with you. So, and that's the part I think is just interesting to me, is that I think that people take it for granted, and they don't realize what a special thing it is because they're so used to it. They have such an intimate relationship with it. They've lost track a little bit of how phenomenally special and rare and what a gift it is. And I mean that too. It's like, yes, you have to pay for it. It's software and whatever, but it's a genuine gift to be able to play a game that's this incredible and this amazing. And I strongly feel that way. It's just this remarkable gift. It's incredible. And just even the fact that I'm looking at this and experiencing this and thinking no one else has seen this, and no one else will. I'm not gonna let anybody else in this world. This world is just for myself and Minecraft, and it's for us to get to know each other better. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. I know that I want to get to know all the ins and outs of it, and even when I look at little things like how they blend in two different biomes that are sort of a little bit diverse from each other, right? How they blend it in is so interesting to me. And the rules of what biomes can connect to other biomes. And it's not like there's an insignificant amount of rules like that. Here we go. There's a lot of rules based on that, And just seeing what those are is like you'll never see a desert butt up against an ice biome, right? It just, you won't see it. And that's the most obvious one. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's just stunning. Let's go see the pillager outpost. There's another one there. Second one today. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing okay. I don't know how I lost my... I mean, I obviously accidentally put my full stack of wool. We got it back, though. We got it back. We started off this one with 15, 16, 17, but we got it back. Go check out the pillager outpost, see if there's anything exciting there. Thank you for your wool. This is a little bit off, but it's not as bad as that village thing that we missed on top of the mountain. It just would take too long. I had to go scale down the mountain, go across this huge valley, scale up. I was just like, think about that and justify that. Is that right? I want to experience it, but it's like, that's just too much out of the way, Okay, so they have a little prison here, which is interesting. Nothing in there, though, so that's good. Oh, boy, hold on. I don't like this. They trap golems, and I don't like it. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm sorry. I was just kind of trying to break you out of prison. Do they always have red eyes? Or is he mad at me? I hope he's not mad at me. I'm gonna go up here and see what's in this chest. What do we got? Absolutely nothing. Nothing we need. Nothing we need. That's okay. That's okay. Will that golem go back and like find their village? That they head back to wherever their village is, or they just end up roaming? And they'll see all these. They have some birds too. Man, I just don't like it. Okay, go free. Go free. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're imprisoning mobs. I don't like it. Not nice. Not a fan of the pillagers in general. I mean, I guess they fixed it. Apparently when it first came out, the behavior when it first was there was very extreme and unwanted, and players hated it, which is interesting. But I mean, to Mojang's credit, they fixed it, and they fixed it in a way that's interesting. I mean, little pillager mobs come around and they can, I personally know that they can completely demolish a village. And in general, when that's happened to me, it was 100% my own fault. I was stupid. I didn't know what to do. And I ended up getting villages just demolished because I'm an idiot. But once you know, then I think you can get to a better understanding about these types of things. Like anything, Let's see. We can make this down here. See, there's a wolf. Let me just head over here. Jump up. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Oh yeah, heck yeah. We're doing fairly well. Let's put this in here. Let's throw this out here. Let's sneak up here. There. Okay. Does that get us up? It does. Hello, Mrs. Chicken. How you doing? Not sure if I need a saddle. I might get rid of that. Oh, I know I had that. I had that for the Nautilus. That's right. Hey, look, a broken portal. Let's see what they got. Any good loot? Protection 3, Thorns 1, Unbreaking 1. Protection 5, Respiration 5, Unbreaking 5. What do we have? Projectile protection. I think, hold on. I think that one is better. Yeah, I think it's a little better. It's certainly in better condition. Okay. We have some trim on these. Dual armor trim, protection 4 and breaking 3. I think those. What are the pants? Protection 3, Thorns 1, Unbreaking 3. I think that's better. I think we can put out a crafting table. Crafting table. Make a bed. Put our crafting table away so don't forget it in the morning. Which way are we going? I was trying to set my bed so that it's facing the way I need to go. For no other reason than I just like that. Oh, I have an extra bed. Look at that. Why is it letting me set it down? There we go. I think it's time to go to sleep. And I also think it's a pretty good place to end this video. Thank you so much for tagging along with me with exploring Minecraft. Coming up next, talk about more things. Explore Minecraft. Just get to know Minecraft a little bit better. Just that much better. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time for more Exploring Minecraft. See you next time.